On Thursday, February 15, Minister of National Defence Bill Blair used the occasion of a NATO ministers' meeting in Brussels to announce Canada's acquisition of 2 new air defence systems for the Canadian Armed Forces.
Today, I'll be announcing that Canada is acquiring some new capabilities on an urgent basis for Canadian troops, which will be deployed with NATO in Latvia.
The total combined value of these 2 procurements is an estimated $273 million, and in both cases, delivery is expected to be later this year.
We are acquiring the RBS-70NG air defense system. Once operational, this air defense system will defend our troops against aerial threats, including fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, and drones, and it will strengthen the defense capability of the battle group as a whole.
Given that Canada has been without any air defense capability since 2012, it is time to target just what exactly Minister Blair's announcement will mean for the Canadian Army. According to the official announcement, CAF members deployed to NATO's Canada-led battle group in Latvia will soon have 2 new defensive capabilities that are being acquired on an urgent basis. Which begs the question, just what is the yardstick that D&D uses to define the word urgent? Canada has not had any air defense capability whatsoever since 2012. At that juncture, Canada had completed a 10-year combat mission in Afghanistan, and although our troops had by no means won the conflict, our soldiers could consider themselves experienced veterans of modern counterinsurgency warfare. As the primitive Taliban forces had no aircraft or drones from which to threaten our soldiers with aerial attack, Canada focused on such capabilities as countering improvised explosive devices and investing in heavy-lift helicopters to transport troops without exposing them to the deadly roadways. Thus, air defense was not deemed a priority, and the Canadian Army simply let this capability lapse. Fast forward to June 2017, in response to the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine and the potential threat of further Russian aggression, NATO launched Operation Reassurance. Answering NATO's call, Canada stepped up and volunteered to be the lead nation for a multinational brigade, which was to be forward deployed into Latvia. At this juncture, the threat of potential all-arms combat against a near peer in the form of the Russian military should have resulted in Canadian Army commanders pounding on their minister's desk to demand they be equipped and trained on modern air defense systems on an urgent basis. Instead, we heard not a peep from the military brass, nor any other armchair generals and Colonel Blimp tub thumpers who were just delighted to be back into the familiar rhetoric of the Cold War era. Conveniently forgotten was the fact that during the Cold War, Canada did have tactical low-level air defense systems, and lots of it. The Royal Canadian Artillery had entire air defense regiments, and combat arms units had shoulder-fired missiles. But I digress. In February 2022, when Putin launched the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the world was shocked. Everyone thought that the vaunted Russian military machine would easily crush the armed forces of Ukraine, and the avid speculation was on where Putin would invade next. The fact that Russia was using combat helicopters and fighter jets should have again caused our commanders in Latvia to demand air defense systems on an urgent basis. However, it was not until January 2023 that Canada realized that air defense systems were necessary to defeat Russia's drones and combat aircraft over the modern battlefield. As such, it was announced that Canada would procure the NASAM, National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile System, for the armed forces of Ukraine. The NASAM deal is worth $406 million and is considered a foreign sales purchase directly from the US government. When this acquisition for Ukraine was made public, opposition defense critics quickly pointed out that the Canadian Army themselves possessed no such vital tactical capability. As a result, over a year ago, the Liberals quietly tendered bids for a low-level air defense system for the Canadian Army on an urgent basis.
Thank you all very much. Have a good morning.
Blair's announcement last week was simply the result of that months-long competition. For the record, the $406 million NASAM air defense package purchased for Ukraine in January 23 has yet to be delivered, which makes one wonder what exactly is meant by an urgent basis. I mean, it's not like there's a war on. This has been On Target. I'm Scott Taylor.